Oh, let's start. Got the microphone and got my wife. Say hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Mrs. Coach Colin here.
Show your hands.
I'm here.
Today we are doing Antarctica.
Yeah.
And all of the conspiracies around Antarctica.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty interesting and almost like, in my mind, without a doubt, there's something going on there.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, there's just no doubt about it.
There's something.
But there's also something going on here. You know what that is? It's the store. Oh, you guys knew I was going to bring you there. I do it every episode. It keeps my wife happy, and it keeps me happy as well. This is her hard work. I can't lie. So I'm very proud of it. I'm proud of it like I did it myself. And I present it that way as well. We got hoodies, we got shirts, we got t-shirts, we got women's V-necks. Because of her, we got the mugs, also her idea, kid sizes, someone in the comment section, but she found it as she scours through the comment section often. And the tank tops, because of her once again. This is a full wife production here. And every single purchase helps us fight demonetization, helps us fight against them limiting our videos for no apparent reason. And it just, it overall helps us to continue bringing you this type of content. So let's get into it, honey. What's been going on? What are your thoughts, Antarctica?
I mean, there has to be something going on there. I never really thought about it much, but like when you start thinking about the amount of, I don't know, landmass, ice, whatever, and how little people go down there. Like I get it's like super cold and it's not comfortable to live during their winter.
Yeah.
But you think there'd be a little bit more transparency and ability to go there.
I think there'd be like if there was nothing going on, I think there'd be ability to go there, not just to visit. There'd be people living there 100%. Like no matter how cold it is, people do that. Like if you tell somebody, oh, it's so cold there, they'll be like, I'll go live there. I'll go. Like you can find at least in the world, you can find at least 10,000 people that'll be like, yeah, no problem.
Like people live near the North Pole too.
Yeah.
But then I'm always like, people say Antarctica is colder, but how does that make sense?
Again, I don't think it would matter. If you give people the right equipment, which they will figure out themselves, they'll live anywhere.
True.
There's people right now who are willing to live on Mars and they don't even know what it's like.
That's very true.
They're just like, I'll go. No
I'll
problem.
go.
You know? So the same thing would happen to Antarctica. And the other thing to me is the fact that every country agrees that no one should go there.
Yeah.
That's the one thing, because none of these countries can't agree on anything else. But the one thing they can agree on is like nobody goes to Antarctica.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a very odd thing to me. In a world where there's constant conflict that we're seeing and fighting and everybody at odds and no agreements here and there and all this stuff, the one thing.
And there's even like wars Russia, about going to space.
Yeah, exactly. Russia and America are both like, yes, we agree. No one goes to Antarctica. It's like, wait a second. How are you guys agreeing on this?
Yeah,
and
true.
Nothing else at all. You know, North Korea and America, they're like, yeah, good job. We're agreed.
Agreed.
Let's both sign this.
Carry on.
Good job. We'll see you later. We're going to bomb you guys. Oh, sure you are, North Korea.
See you Tuesday.
You know, like they agree on that one thing. But let's get into all the conspiracies. And I'm going to bring up some that I've heard. I guess the one that I've heard. Yeah, okay. Let's get into what you got first, though.
Yeah, so I just like scoured the internet for all sorts of these different conspiracies. And the first one that I thought was super interesting was that there are pyramids in Antarctica.
Yes, the pyramids. That's an odd one. Did you give me video or did you give me...
Yeah, it's a video. But there's like video. Yeah.
I'll keep it silent, but we can talk amongst ourselves. The reason I'm keeping it silent is because the History Channel, which should hire us. They should hire us. You know?
Yeah.
I think they should. I don't know. I think that would be good. But they keep copyright restricting us.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. Every time I use a History Channel thing and I use the actual audio, they always copyright strike. So here's the pyramid that they're talking about. This is not CGI. This is actual. This is what it looks like.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, it's very obviously a pyramid and there's another little one beside it.
Yes, exactly.
Same thing as like the pyramids of Giza. There's like multiple in that arrangement.
Exactly. And I want to even say Mexico as well. Like, I think every place where there's pyramids, they always have like another one.
Like a small one.
Yeah, smaller one. So this gentleman's talking. There's no music in this, so we should be able to allow this. But he brings up an interesting point as well.
Pyramids in Antarctica. They jut out of the ice and snow, and they look perfect, just like those in Egypt.
So now I'm just going to, hold on. There you go. So now he's showing us Egypt and Antarctica. So it's very similar.
Yeah.
Extremely, extremely similar.
But he said in the video that the Antarctica one is much larger and dwarfs the one in Egypt. He does a little like size comparison if you keep playing the video. And it's like 2 kilometers along one edge.
Wow.
Yeah, like massive.
In Antarctica?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, keep playing the video.
Well, I mean, I can't play him talking about it because...
No, that's fine. But you'll see they do like a CGI like overlay there. And then perfectly square 2 kilometers.
Wow. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Wow, my wife's amazing. She's been doing research. This is all. But yeah, that's the first thing. That the fact that there's pyramids is very, very interesting. Very odd. And nobody wants to talk about that. No,
it's like never really acknowledged. History Channel is always like quack science these days.
Yeah, isn't that weird? The History Channel became like InfoWars.
Yeah.
Like Alex Jones's thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and obviously I'm joking. It's not to that extent, but like they've really stepped outside the box of like, let's tell you what happened in the Civil War.
Yeah.
Like they're way outside of that now. Like far. And they go deep into alien civilizations now. Yes. They talk about a lot of different things.
Like I said before, it's like they ran out of history and now they're just like going with made up stuff.
They're done.
Yeah.
Well, because you know what? They covered history.
Yeah,
it's the History Channel. Like you can go back and look into their history if you want to figure out other things. They're like, we're focusing on the new stuff. You know? And you never know. They could be right.
But they could be making history now.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing when it comes to the pyramids that I think is interesting. Or I shouldn't say I think is interesting. I think that when there are pyramids, that we should have an explanation as people. I feel like it's almost like our birthright to know as people, as a species, what those things, where they are and what they're all about. Like if there's any pyramids in the world, the same way people constantly do, what's it called? Like a pilgrimage.
Yeah.
Like when you travel to Giza because you want to see the pyramids in Egypt, people should be allowed to do that with these ones in Antarctica. You should be allowed to go and see pyramids because there's something with pyramids that are connected to all of us.
Yeah.
Like they have some in Africa, which is Egypt. They have some in Europe. They have some in Mexico. There's probably some in North America that have been like covered up to an extent.
Well, Mexico is North America.
True. Yeah, exactly.
So there's probably some in like South America that we haven't seen. Could be in the rainforest. Like you never know.
Yeah, definitely. And I think
it's like every continent.
I feel like there is something in South America as well.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The only one that I haven't heard anything from would be like Australia, but it's its own island.
Yeah.
So it's not connected to anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So it'd be a bit different.
Yeah. But yeah, that's an interesting one with the pyramids. So what else did you figure out about the pyramids, or what else did you hear? Nothing?
Well, the biggest thing about the pyramids that makes me think is that means that there was a civilization there.
Yes.
But they just treat it like no one's ever been able to inhabit that area of the world.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing about it is, at one point, Egypt was lush. It was all greenery and
tropical.
Yeah. So why wouldn't that have happened to Antarctica as well? Like maybe at some point it was more livable than it is right now.
Yeah, at least like Alaska, where people live there. And sure, the winters get really cold, but you still get greenery.
Yeah, exactly. I think that is what was going on with Antarctica at some point. Now, again, we're definitely going to do another episode because it's my favorite conspiracy, which is Hollow Earth. There is people who talk about Hollow Earth in terms of Antarctica and like, is it Antarctica they're talking about where there's a hole?
Yeah.
Yeah, they talk about there being like a hole of some kind, and like in that hole it's very tropical and nice, and that's why it's also heavily guarded because that civilization, I know this sounds crazy, but that civilization doesn't want anybody inside of their Hollow Earth land.
Yeah.
If I had to talk about it in scientific terms.
Skipping ahead to one of my other conspiracy theories because it ties closely with this is that there's a crater that is in Antarctica that's covered like deep under ice, like an actual like crater in the rock.
Oh, yeah?
And they're calling that, like that would be the entrance. That's the hole.
Wait, where?
In Antarctica, but it's like buried under ice.
Oh, okay.
So there's this huge crater that they can detect through like scans, but they've never gotten down there.
They've never gone into the
because it's under
crater?
too much ice.
So this crater is under ice?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See, like, yeah, things like that. See, like, if I had to make a movie, if I was going to make a really cool movie,
Here comes the pitch.
If it was, I would say there's a civilization and they're in this hollow earth, and then they have the technology to just ice it over, and they terraform it, and they're just like, make this as cold as possible, because those demon human beings can't come in here. We don't want them to be able to get here. We don't want them to come in. So we're just going to ice this over. We don't need to come out. We already know what's out there. It's desolate. It's horrible. Let them live on the outside. We'll live in the inside. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because there's water. There's vegetation. There's all sorts of things that they're finding as they go into like these deep, deep caves.
It'd be amazing if that was a movie and it was like the story of the people who moved into the earth.
Yeah.
And they were like being like chased by these demons that you don't see. And then they finally go in, and then you realize the demons are the humans.
Yeah, exactly. We would.
I
be
like
the
it.
demons.
You should take out that part.
And just start writing the script.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, and then they would not want us.
Yeah,
because they're like like that hominid, or that human, that Homo sapien is just wild. It's crazy.
Yeah,
breaks things, smashes things, blows things up.
Like little toddlers.
Yeah, exactly. They're like super evolved, and they're just like, we want no part of this.
Yeah.
We'll stay inside the planet. We'll guide it around the sun like we always has, because they just steer it around the sun.
Yeah.
That's just how they do it. Every civilization and their planets are just like
they got a controller in the middle.
Yeah. They understand completely that we need to stay around the sun until we find another one, and then we can shoot off to that one and that one. And that's how the world really works. And we're just like, we're chimps.
Yeah, basically.
That's the basic
Crazy.
of it. Yeah. So, what else to that one?
I didn't have really anything else. It was just a really quick blurb about that.
I wonder about that, because again, I heard a legend. Okay, another movie bit, but I heard something about Atlanteans, and they went in there, and somebody said when it comes to the Hollow Earth, I'm pretty sure we even covered this at some point, like in our long time of doing this, that super evolved, or maybe I saw it in a video, super evolved species of the planet, like you'd get to a certain point of evolution, and then you'd get to go into the Earth. Yeah. And then you'd be in there. But whoever, like, if you're not evolved enough, you don't get to come. You stay on the surface, Kind of like you stay in the zoo. Like if there was a chimp and he was like, God damn it, guys, let me out of here. This is ridiculous.
I'd be like,
You'd be
okay,
like,
sorry, sir.
Jesus. How long have you been able to talk? For so long. I've just been here. I was trying to bang that chick. She's not interested. I'd like to leave now. You'd be like, okay, let him out. Let him out.
Jeez.
Get this guy a bank account.
My apologies, Bobo.
Yeah. It's Boberus. Thank you very much. He walks out. He's straightening up his fur.
Yeah, oh my God. That's so funny.
A bow tie made of fur. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so speaking of Atlantis, that's another one of mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in the 1950s, a gentleman named Professor Charles Hapgood suggested that Antarctica was home to an ancient civilization because it was not covered in ice 12,000 years ago. So people are saying that was Atlantis. And it is also theorized that the people of Atlantis migrated from Antarctica to found the Aztec, Mayan, and Egyptian empires. Wow. So he's saying that that's where they initially started. And then they moved out, and where we see all the pyramids is where they landed.
Wow. Who's responsible for this notion?
Professor Charles Hapgood. I don't really know who he is.
Charles Hapgood. That's an interesting, that's a very interesting way of thinking about it, because everywhere you see pyramids, and that is something that's said about Thoth. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. It's said that he was an Atlantean and he taught the people of that place how to talk, or not how to talk, how to write. He taught them mathematics and engineering and like all of this stuff because he was highly evolved. Like he was from a highly evolved place, highly advanced place.
Maybe that was like the last time, if there was no ice covering that crater hole, they came out and then it all iced over again. That's why we haven't seen them.
Yeah, right?
Maybe. And it makes sense because that's like the biggest pyramid. So that's like, that was their home base.
Yeah. And again, it would kind of link up to the pyramids being some kind of conductors.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
Or a communication device.
Yeah. Yeah. Whew. Jeez. See, that's a time, like I was saying this before we started, that's a time I'd like to go back to.
12,000 years ago?
Well, just to the point where that wasn't covered in ice, just to see. Like, if there's a pyramid there, I want to see it when it was, like, all fine and green. I want to see what was there. Because for sure there are people there.
Yeah, probably.
You know? It'd be amazing. Can you imagine they were just like us? Just had shitty cars and stuff.
Okay.
And they just used the pyramid for, like, free energy.
That'd be cool.
And that's all it was. It's just like, this is just the energy thing.
Who needs a Tesla when you have pyramid energy?
Yeah. Like the same way we have nuclear power plants. And it has, like, those, like, you know?
The big cone
like, that
things,
was just their thing. And they just used it like that. They're like, we just harvest the sun and the stars.
Yeah. And, like, just the static electricity in the atmosphere.
Yeah. And we just pull it out. Because all of the pyramids apparently were capped with gold. They had huge gold caps, and gold is a really strong conductor.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I don't know. See, but yeah, that Charles Hapgood. How do I spell Hapgood? I want to look that up.
Exactly as it sounds. Hapgood.
Charles Hapgood. He sounds so British.
Yeah, right?
Is he?
I don't know.
And he's a doctor?
Professor.
Okay. So he must be a doctor, no?
I don't know. Do they have to be?
I feel like the best ones are.
Probably.
Died in 1982?
Wow.
Really? Oh, jeez. Blah, 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 blah. Polar shift. Yeah, this is the guy. Okay. I just wanted to look more into this guy. Earth shifting crust. Yeah, so he wrote books like Earth Shifting Crust, A Key to Some Basic Problems of Earth Science, Great Mysteries of the Earth. Oh, I gotta read this guy's stuff. Oh, Maps of the Ancient Sea Kings. Evidence of Advanced Civilizations in the Ice Age.
Okay, so he's definitely into this stuff.
Ooh, wow. How much harder was it to be like one of these people back in the day?
Oh,
like,
probably
we're just
so
looking
hard.
up videos.
They probably thought he was like the biggest quack.
He had to write books.
He had to make the initial jump into this stuff.
Yeah, right? Like nowadays, you just like read a couple of things and you're just like, I'm awake, guys. I'm red pilled. This guy actually had to write a book and get it published.
True. Convince somebody to publish it.
Right? And it's not just like, he's like, no, this is real, boys. Listen here, gentlemen. Wow. Okay. The advance of the pole. So yeah, definitely look into Charles Hapgood, guys. That's H-A-P Good. Charles Hapgood. He's wrote some really cool books. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of these. He's written like 12 books.
Wow.
This is amazing. Another one he wrote, God Within, A Testament to Vishnu. Wow. This guy was like really into some stuff. He wrote another one called Talks with Christ and His Teachers.
Jeez. Through
the Psychic Gift. Wow. Of Elwood Babbitt. Wow. That was like a year before he died too. He was writing that. So he's been writing books since 1958 all the way up until 1981.
Wow.
And his last book, I guess somebody finished it off for him. It was called Mystery in Abcambaro. Did Dinosaurs Survive Until Recently? Wow. This guy's really into some stuff.
Wow. He's into like all this stuff.
Yeah, he's into everything.
Wow. That's crazy.
I would have loved to talk with a guy like that. Oh, and his first book, the foreword was written by Albert Einstein.
Wow. That's amazing.
That is actually incredible. Okay.
Like someone attributed to be one of the smartest people in the world ever.
Was like,
yep, I agree.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's really cool.
Atlantis.
Yeah, we're gonna look into that. But that would make a lot of sense that these people were highly advanced. I say it all the time. I've said it in videos before. If a bunch of people took in like Neuralink and they were highly advanced, they have the brain implants and they're all connected and all that stuff, and they have just ChatGPT at their fingertips at all times. They were highly advanced, and a bunch of them were like, we're going into the Earth, or we're leaving and we're going to Mars. And 6 of them stayed. We'd be like, there, and then like our great grandkids met them because they are able to like be ageless and everything like that. They don't age, and they're just highly evolved. They'd be like, these are gods. Mm-hmm. These are gods. These are the Earthlings, and like they don't call Earth anymore. You know, they call it like woke land or something. You know, something crazy. And they would look at those people like gods. Like they would be able to say anything. They'd have all sorts of implants and all sorts of technology. You know, like if iPhones got obliterated, if all technology got obliterated, and somebody came back with Neuralink, you'd be like, well, this is God himself.
Yeah, that's true.
Obviously, he has all the answers to anything. Like what? He just taught me how to write a sentence. He just figured out how to make pens. He just made a pen. He made a pencil. He's writing things. They'd be like, this guy's crazy.
That's true.
Right? I don't know. Who knows? So I think I really do think that Atlantis was real, and that it was just like a highly advanced civilization. It wasn't magic. It was just like they were just technologically advanced people.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I think.
But we'll have to do another one on Atlantis.
But the reason that he wore a bird head, Thoth, I have no idea. I don't know why. Because he's always depicted with a bird's head.
Oh, okay. I know who you mean now.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Thoth. But sorry, go ahead.
Okay, next theory was that there was a secret base in Antarctica for the World War II bad guys.
Oh, you remembered.
I
Thank
did.
you.
I've been thinking about it this entire time. Don't mess it up.
World War II bad guys.
Which makes total sense, because I had just sent you an article that we almost put up, but then I realized it was verification that they had a base in the Arctic, so in the North, not the South Pole. But if they're going to have one there, why wouldn't they have one in the South as well? Not to mention, one of their kind of allies in the war was Argentina. And
really?
Everybody knows too that, well, I guess it's a common theory that a lot of the German officials went to Argentina after they lost the war.
Is that the place where there's like a whole German-speaking town?
Yeah,
it's in Argentina.
Multiple German-speaking towns.
Wow.
And if you go to like the tip of South America, it's very short to Antarctica.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's not that far.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It's just a quick little boat ride or plane ride across.
Huh. Wow. Yeah, when Tim Kennedy did that show called Hunting, that bad guy, that infamous bad guy, Hunting Hitler. When he did that, he stumbled on some really wild stuff.
Yeah, that was a crazy show.
And he got so deep that the company, I think it was the History Channel.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure. And they were like, we're canceling this. It was really weird. Because he went really deep. He even went to those towns.
Yeah, he was like talking to people. And their primary language was German.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Really, really weird. Really weird stuff. That's interesting. So they had a base in the Arctic.
Yeah.
I really do think that when it comes to Antarctica, I wouldn't be surprised if Russia and Canada and the United States, I wouldn't be surprised if they all had at least laboratories. Maybe not bases for any purposes, but at least laboratories.
Well, they do.
Because if something broke out, you want it to be in the coldest thing, and then it can't survive, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. That's where they keep the International Seed Bank, I believe.
Yes, exactly.
Which is crazy.
So it's like, I wouldn't doubt that they have stuff there.
But with the seed bank, too, it also like throws me off. Because if something happened in the world where we had absolutely nothing, zero plants, zero ability to grow them, like no technology, how are we going to get to Antarctica? I don't get it.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. When that happens, I shouldn't say when, if, I'm an optimist, if, the people that they're expecting to be able to get there are not the regular people like you and I.
True.
They're not expecting us to go to that place.
They're probably just going to stop off before they go to Mars.
It's going to be like, well, that, and also it's going to be like people who are like, because there's so many like government officials, billionaires, like they all have these like underground bunkers. Like, there was a period in time where I want to say, I think maybe it was, I forget if it was Trudeau or Biden. One of them had like a bunker that they were just like in for a while. They would just go there and like you couldn't see them or anything. It was one of the two. I forget. They both are just major fuck ups. So could be either of them. But yeah, it's going to be people who are in bunkers, and then they're going to be like, okay, like, are we good? We're good to go outside? Okay, we're going outside. First thing we're doing, we're going to the seed place, and then we're going wherever we're going to go. That's what I would think. Or this is a movie script here. I really should write this stuff down. Or they're waiting until, like, maybe there's a timed thing where it is all going to melt and it is going to go back to like regular land, and then they can
grow stuff there.
Yeah, exactly.
They can make it all agricultural. Yeah, interesting. Exactly.
And then live there, while all the zombie people are just like in the North Americas, just like crawling around, in our own gunk.
True. True. Okay. Well, the next theory is that there are rectangular icebergs in Antarctica, which is a known thing. There's pictures, and we'll show them in a minute, but that they're made by aliens. I don't know why aliens would make these, but they're absolutely huge, and they're visible from space. And people also say that they could be disguising government facilities.
Pretty good disguise.
Yeah.
It's
but like, look at that. How is that natural?
It's definitely not natural. And or is there any scientists arguing that it is natural?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Huh. That's interesting. When you come from a place, anybody who comes from any place that has winter knows that this is not natural.
No, it doesn't happen.
Straight up. Like if you've ever been in a place where there's winter, you're not gonna think of this as natural. Oh, I gotta get the camera off you a little bit there. There you go. But this is definitely not natural, obviously.
No, it's crazy.
And the scientists that say it's natural, what are they saying?
Something about it just broke off the glacier at a certain point.
Oh, okay.
So it just made like a straight line down the glacier because it was just like hanging off as a shelf. And then I don't know what they were talking about with all the other all the other surfaces. Doesn't make sense.
That's very interesting.
Because you might see a straight line on like one surface if it broke off like that.
Oh, it's saying exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
Ice bridge flight can be seen on the right, floating amongst the sea, just off the, what is that? Carson or Larsen Sea ice shelf. Yeah, okay. The iceberg's sharp angles and flat surface indicate it's probably recently carved from the ice shelf.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense. And that's the thing with this type of stuff. They don't have to make it make sense.
No, they just say, oh, it's because of this. And people are like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And if you start questioning it, it's like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You're an
conspiracy
idiot.
Theorist.
What do you know? And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know common sense.
Yeah, so that's a weird one.
Yeah, that is an interesting one. I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it looks like. That's pretty perfect.
It is perfect.
It looks like an Amazon facility.
Yeah, I think that's why they were saying it's like hiding government facilities.
Yeah.
Either that or these pictures are like, I don't know, from like Google Maps or something. And they just superimpose an iceberg over a facility.
Ah, true. Makes sense. Because Google would do that for them. Yeah. Google probably lobbied to have the facility built.
Yeah, it's the Google facility.
Yeah, right.
That's our new headquarters.
Wild. See, like that's the type of stuff. Like Joe Rogan once said, he actually said this in an episode. He's like, if I get to know all the things, he's like, I'll definitely work for the CIA. And he's like, reach out to me. He's like, reach out to me.
Wow.
Who knows?
He could.
And his podcast took off after that.
Wow.
Was, like within like 2 years of him saying that, it took off. And I will say the same thing. If I can have access. No, they wouldn't show it to me. They'd be like, this guy just shows everything he knows. I'm not showing you dummy. But yeah, if you could just have access to all those secrets and just know about all that. But I often say to people, if you knew everything that was like doubtful in the world, like, you know, all the conspiracies that you hear, you'd lose your mind.
Oh, for sure.
You'd
go insane.
Yeah.
Because nothing's real.
Well, you know what it'd probably be? You'd probably be like, you'd probably get to the point where like, what are we even? Like, were we just made? Like, what is all this?
Yeah.
This is nonsense. Here's
like an existential crisis.
Here's my movie script.
Oh, number 3.
I like to call them movie scripts. Keeps me out of trouble. I think. Here's the movie. Okay, the Earth is 500 times bigger than we've ever been told. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and where we are, there actually is like a bunch of ice, right, and it keeps us in, and we are the slave colony to the rest of the world. And there's highly advanced people and big chunks of land everywhere, and that's why money goes missing all the time and gold goes missing all the time. Like none of the gold's like in the Federal Reserve. Like all the gold's gone. We don't know where it is. We're just printing out money here. You know, it's all just paper, has nothing really backing it. And yeah, and there's a bunch of highly evolved people all around us, and that's why we're not allowed to leave. They just keep us in here. The world's not flat. It's none of that stuff. It's just that there's way more land, and we're just the ones who are just like working away. Yeah, and that would be the movie. And then some people would break out, and they'd like see the world. They'd be like, oh my god. And some of them would just be like, I'm staying and I'm not warning anybody. I don't care. And like one of the two of them would be like, we got to tell everybody. Yeah. And they wouldn't make it. Or the movie would be called Conspiracy Theorists. This is copywritten, okay? This is copywritten. The movie would be called Conspiracy Theorists. 2 people would be on a journey to get back to Earth to tell everybody what happened. By the time they get back, they tell everybody. They get on national TV. They tell everybody. They're just dismissed as conspiracy theories. Yeah. And then they disappear.
And his name is Alex Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, real.
That would actually be a really good comedy if it was Alex Jones.
Right? And he's just back and he's just trying to tell people and everybody's just like, get out of here, you idiot. That'd be amazing. That'd be great, right? I'm a writer. Yeah. A little bit, yeah. But go ahead. The
idea, man.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is that there was a UFO that crash landed in Antarctica, and there's actually like a visible trail of like in the snow, and that you can see on Google Earth. And it starts like at the peak of a mountain.
Oh. This is the Google Earth?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So this is the picture, guys. Let me just try and pull that over for you guys. Make that a little bigger. But yeah, this looks very interesting.
Yeah, so their excuse for this is that it's like a landslide or an avalanche. But like, look at that trail.
Yeah, let me show you how far that goes, guys. And it's like, this is a small picture, but that's probably miles and miles and miles long.
Because it says it started at the peak of a mountain, which means the top of that picture is a peak of a mountain. So it came all the way down.
All the way down. Do you imagine?
And if you think about something crash landing, like why wouldn't you choose like the peak of a mountain so you could like decelerate, you know, like go down like a slide so you're not just slamming into flat Earth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very interesting because it's very odd when you think of like crash landings, because they always talk about like it's in Idaho and like these weird places like farmhouse and this and that, but it's like, I don't know, you'd pick a place that didn't have things. Yeah, you would think. You know, even as an alien, you'd be like, oh, there's no things here. I'm good. Because there's no way an alien wants to like, there's no way that one alien wants to go where everybody is.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, you have to think about like yourself. Like if you went to a place, if you like went to a jungle and you could see that there was a bunch of animals, you'd be like, I want to go to the place where there's no animals.
Yeah, take me to that weird open field over there.
Yeah, and I want to look at the animals. I don't want to be right in the middle of them. Or else this is going to be insane. I don't want to do that. Google Earth. I really do have to check out Google Earth a little bit more.
It's cool, but it's like people like spend hours.
Yeah, I was going to say. You have to just like keep rooting through and zooming in and zooming out. And you'd probably go crazy. You'd probably start seeing faces everywhere.
Oh, for sure.
You'd be like, this is a pyramid. That's a pyramid. This is a face.
Yeah.
There's a pyramid. It's right here, North Hollywood. It's right there. I'm telling you.
And it's actually a guy's face. It's like an art installation. It's like, hey.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, go ahead, honey.
And the next one is that there's a big X in Google Earth, now that we're talking about that.
That's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. If you hover over a certain spot, like a big X appears.
Yeah.
And people don't know if that means there's no satellite footage for that, or if somebody like actually from Google put in like a little, like an Easter egg.
An Easter egg? What do you mean an Easter egg?
Like an X marks the spot kind of thing. Easter egg means like a little like hint, like a hidden thing.
Yeah, but like, nah. Like, because X marks the spot means like they want people to go there. Yeah, I think this is like, I don't know actually. I have no idea.
Like they were thinking it might be like a whistleblower.
Oh.
Leaving markings of something that they saw.
I wonder what it looks like now though.
I don't know.
That's the thing.
Well, even if there is something there now, like they could just superimpose whatever image of ice,
Yeah, that's the problem with Google Earth. Like, as great as it is, like this is the actual image, guys, that you're seeing right now. So it's like all of this is Antarctica.
Yeah.
And then this one slice is just like you can't see here.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. And here's the thing. I wish I could find it. I should have thought of getting this. The thing about how, and correct me if I'm wrong, there was maps. I feel like I even showed you like the older maps. Mm-hmm. They showed like a hole. But I don't know if it was North Pole they showed a hole or Antarctica.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, there was like a hole in these very old maps. It was like a 1400s or something like that. It was a hole. It was like showing a vortex, and it was showing like what would happen to a boat if it was there, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And it was very odd. And then as the years went on, they just took away the hole.
Yeah.
And then it became a place where nobody's allowed to go.
Yeah. Those old maps are super weird when it comes to Antarctica. I've also seen like ones with like depictions of horrible like sea monsters around too.
Really?
Yeah.
Who knows?
But even if there weren't sea monsters, it was like, don't go here.
Ah, yeah.
Like they were trying to like scare people off with pictures of monsters there.
Who knows? Because with what we know, we got to do an episode on the ocean alone, but like you have no idea what's going on in the ocean. The ocean's a wild place.
Yeah. But also, if you've ever seen pictures of a leopard seal, they look like monsters. And they're absolutely insane.
Are you talking about the cute ones with the big eyes?
No, I'm talking about the ones that like hunt everything, and they're very dangerous.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not seen that. I just wanted to pull up an old map first, and then let me just say leopard seal, you said?
Yeah. They're like one of the best hunters down there.
Yeah, these cute guys. They're cute.
I guess they're kind of cute, but they're like extremely aggressive.
Really?
Yeah, and like people who go down there actually like have to worry about them.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like this guy will like come out of the water and like come at you?
Yes.
Really?
They hunt on ice and in the water, just everything.
Huh. Let's see this guy. He's a cute guy. Oh wow, it does look like a absolute. That looks like a monster.
It does.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
I thought they were cute. Oh, see, like, look at this one down here. He's cute. Oh, look at him.
But it kind of looks like almost like an eel.
It looks like a lizard. Yeah.
Yeah. It has that weird face.
Is it not a lizard?
No, it's a seal.
No, that's a lizard. Look at that thing. That's like a Komodo dragon with no feet.
It's like a shark of seals, basically.
Ugh.
They're crazy.
That thing will come out of the water. Well, I'd murder that thing. No? That thing
big.
Can't run.
They're big.
I think.
How are you going to run on ice?
Well, I mean, this is like snow, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'll kill this thing. Don't
no, I don't know.
You're safe with me, honey.
But there are lots of like crazy things down there that do hunt.
That would be terrifying to see that right there.
Yeah.
Whew, Jesus.
It's like coming at you.
Good Lord. Look at that face. Look at those teeth.
Yeah. It's like
just
Voldemort.
Jagged. You say Voldemort?
Yeah. Everything I think is scary looks like Voldemort.
Everything that's pharmaceutical I call Voldemort.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. When I'm on the channel, at least. But, yeah. What other things you got going on? I'm just trying to pull up a map here.
Well, the next theory is that Antarctica doesn't actually exist.
Oh, really?
So the flat Earth theorists believe that the North Pole is the center of the world, and Antarctica is just the ice wall.
Yeah.
So they flip it like if you picture about like the globe, they take like the bottom and they just like move it out.
Oh, they just like open it up.
Exactly.
They fillet it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the fillet theory.
Yeah,
that's what
the
they should
fillet
call it.
theory.
You're welcome, Earthers. You're welcome. There's my contributing to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's an odd thing. See, like this is a map without ice. See, Antarctica without ice. See what I mean?
Yeah.
This is in the 18th century, this map.
That's crazy. How would they
Right?
know?
Because they go there.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But I mean, like,
right?
if there was ice, there'd be no way for them to know what the landmass looked like.
True. I guess so. But this, well, what do you mean?
I mean, I'm agreeing with you.
Oh. Because, like, you can see, like, if you went there, you would know what it was. You would map it out.
Yeah.
And you'd be so dead and gone right now that there'd be nobody to, like, say anything about it. So weird. See, and here's the thing. I don't know. It gets real wacky. Once you bring up that theory that you just brought up, everything gets real wacky.
Yeah.
But it does help my movie script. Of,
Oh my God.
Of like people going and getting out.
Yeah.
Because see, here's the thing. Again, not flat, but it is like a wall. It is a wall. And then once you get beyond the wall, there's more Earth.
Yeah.
That would be the movie. There's just a whole bunch more of Earth. And then there's more peninsulas all over, everywhere. And then those people are like, you know, hoity-toity, super rich people. And they're just living off our gold. We're just like, we just mine stuff for them.
We're the mining colony.
Yeah, exactly. We're just like the colony. Like right now on Earth, in Africa, we have a bunch of Africans from Congo. This is like a known thing. It was in a book called Red Cobalt. Joe Rogan actually interviewed the guy that wrote it. But right now, there's a bunch of Africans, and they're like hitting away at this mountain, and it's to get cobalt. Yeah. And the cobalt is used in our phones.
Batteries, yeah.
Yeah. So it's used for Teslas and everything. Everything that has these rechargeable batteries that we have. And they're doing that nonstop for us. And we don't think about it at all.
True.
So it's like we could be the same thing for another group of people.
Yeah.
Like, why would we be like, oh, we're just so much better than these Africans here? Like, maybe, like, why wouldn't there be somebody much better than us?
It's true.
You know? It would be the same. Like, it would be the same storyline if like we caged those Africans in,
and
like,
they just didn't know there was anything outside.
Yeah, it's like you're just not allowed to leave. You know, like you just don't know. You're not allowed to get on a boat, and you're not allowed to go over there. And there's a big X over here, and like you just get the cobalt. That's it.
Yeah, we're basically an uncontacted tribe,
right? And we're like the worst.
Yeah.
You know, you go to like other civilizations, they're like so smart and so clean, and we're just like cavemen to them.
Yeah, it's true.
like King Charles would be like a caveman to them.
Ew.
Jesus. Ugh, crown.
I think most people have that thought with him, though.
Yeah, I guess so. But anybody, clean up anybody. The Rock is disgusting to those people. Idris Elba on his best day in his best suit, they'd be like, oh my God, the scent on you, oh my Lord. He must be one of those sapiens. They don't even call themselves that. They're like way above that. They're like Atlanteans. That's what they would call themselves.
They have a different name.
I'm telling you, I gotta write that movie. If I see that movie come out before, like, just know
We're coming after you guys.
I did this first. I said it first, and you stole it from me.
It's documented now.
Yeah, exactly. It helps.
Intellectual property.
Yeah.
But so for the Antarctica does not exist one, there was a British captain, his name was Cook, and he reported seeing the huge wall and that it covered the entire coastline with no place to land a ship at all. So he saw this huge wall of ice like rising out of the ocean, and there was nowhere to like go in.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and people cannot confirm the existence of the wall because the UN has a strict no-fly and no-sail zone around Antarctica. You can't even go there.
Isn't that interesting?
It's crazy.
You want another movie? Here's another movie for you. It's a guy, right? There's two guys. They hop in a plane and they just decide to go there. They're just like, we're going to where they say that we can't go. And then they run out of gas because they go so far. And then, like, there's some fighter jets try to come after them and stuff because they don't want them there. And they crash land beyond the wall. But not even the fighter jet guys are allowed to go beyond the wall. So they have to stop. They're just like, oh, shit. This is out of our jurisdiction. We fucked up. They got through. And then they crash land. And they sail until they find a piece of land. And they think it's like, you know, Africa or South America or something. And it's just a completely different land. And it's like... just these like these Bushmen type people. Yeah, it's a different movie. They're not highly civilized. They're a bunch of Bushmen, and they just live there. And then they figure out slowly through finding out the history of these Bushmen that everybody there has that same story. The
wow, they all landed there.
Yeah, and they just forget. They just live there and they forget and they have kids and the kids don't know and they just all
that's crazy.
They push it away. And that's
good.
Yeah. Feel good movie. I make all sorts of movies.
So many.
Horror movies, feel good movies. But yeah, that's a very interesting theory. I've heard that quite a bit. That's like a pretty known theory that a lot of people talk about. And again, it's stuff that you can't prove. And there are guys that will fight tooth and nail about how it's real and it all makes sense, and they have no idea. And that's just the way it is.
True.
It sucks.
People like spend a lot of time arguing things that they don't really know either.
Oh yeah.
It's like, weird.
Emotionally.
Yeah.
Like with passion.
It's so strange.
Like willing to fight. Like willing to really fight.
I'm just so like not like that.
Yeah, no.
Like all the time you ask me like, oh, like, are you sure if I said something? And I'll be like, no. If I'm not 100% sure, I say no.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a funny thing to watch. Like you can do that to people who are like, people who are, as the flat earthers would call them, globalists. They call them the globers.
Globers.
You could just say that to them. You'd be like, have you ever gone? You ever gone up in space, seen the Earth? They'll be like, what the?
Yeah.
Their whole brains will explode.
It's ridiculous.
Like, you never been up there, right? You never been there, you don't know. They just lose their minds.
Yeah.
And then you say the same thing to one of those guys. You ever been to the wall? You ever seen it? Okay, shut up then. Okay. You never left Ohio.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Mom's basement.
They get so angry.
Yeah,
it's funny.
people are funny.
It's really funny.
So much emotional investment in something that has nothing to do with them.
But I mean, it's the same thing with politics, right? It's like, it's the tribe stuff. I talk about it all the time. You know, like Trump's a great guy. Do you know him? You ever met him? Never shook his hand, huh? Okay, cool.
Yeah, what did he do for you?
Yeah. Oh, Biden, what do you mean he's so smart? You ever talk to him? Never? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Great.
It's weird. But people are strange.
Like, I love Rogan. I don't know about Rogan. He might be a dick. I have no clue. He might be the worst person ever. Yeah?
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Weird.
He might be terrible. He might be he might be the head of the Illuminati for all
Could
I
be.
know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, last funny weird thing.
What?
Is that there is a face in Antarctica.
Oh, I think you gave
It's like a huge landform that looks like a face.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
This is an odd thing because what is this? It says it's pulled up from Google Earth.
Yeah.
But it looks so CGI.
It does.
Like it doesn't.
It looks like it's from a movie.
Yeah, it looks like
an alien coming out of the sand or something.
Yeah, right. But here's the thing, and this is what I said to you when you showed me this. We make I shouldn't say we, but somebody made the Sphinx. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Why wouldn't they make another face somewhere else?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like eventually all this stuff will get wiped away and people will be like, who's this guy? And it'll be like Abraham Lincoln or Mount Rushmore.
True.
They'll be like, oh, those are faces. And they'll be like, you moron. There are no faces in the mountain. It's like people make faces to worship.
Yep.
I made this. This is not a thing I bought. Like I made that picture, Rogan. I did that myself.
Yep. Faces.
I don't know. If something happened to everybody, they'd be like, this man lived here. This must have been someone's father.
That's so funny.
This man must have originated from this part of the land.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's I don't think it's too far fetched to think that people would make a face somewhere. It's what people do constantly.
The funny part, I forgot to send you a picture of it, but it says that there's a very similar looking thing on Mars.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do know what you're talking about. The face on Mars.
Yeah. And they're like comparing the two of them.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
But not in that article?
No.
See, and it's the funny thing about it is that face that I just showed everyone looks very alien, whereas this face looks way more human.
Oh, that one looks like, what's his face's mask?
Mike Myers.
Thank you.
But yeah, this one looks a little bit human, right?
Yeah,
Where's
that
the
is
other
weird.
one?
It's like they're looking at each other.
Oh, wow.
Like, greetings.
Yeah, right? Creepy greetings.
Yeah,
Or maybe it's like a love story.
maybe.
Yeah.
Like Romeo and Juliet.
I would if I had the technology, I'd love you enough to make your face.
Oh, thank you.
Or if you were so far away, I'd make my face so you could see it.
Oh, that's nice.
Right?
I was like, hello.
And then you do the same. We've
Yeah.
even done that. We've sent each other pictures of our faces all up close and ridiculous. Right? People do that. Beings of love do that kind of thing. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? That's very interesting, though. Oh, man. I love it. Wait, where was that one? Oh. Oh, God.
Leopard seal.
Monsters. Oh, where'd that face go? There
It
Yeah.
is.
So it's like this one looks very alien. Like it
Yeah.
even has like, it seems like it has the big eyes
Voldemort.
and it's just like kind of like squinting.
It has a skinny nose that doesn't really look like a nose, like just holes.
True. That kind of thing.
And the lips that are just like, meh.
Yeah. The like nothing lips. So who knows? Who knows what this could be? But this is in Google Earth.
Yeah.
And this is where? In Antarctica?
Mm-hmm.
See, this is the thing. We should be allowed to go there. We just should.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a lot of crazy stuff there.
Like I think if people were just allowed just free reign, just go there, just like it's caveman days, you just get to search and root through stuff, I think we'd find incredible things.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us would die from freezing.
Yeah.
But like there'd be some survivors and they'd all see wild stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think there's animals there. I think there's animals that they don't talk about there.
Like different ones?
Yeah.
Like ones that are not penguins?
Yeah. Yeah. Ones that are not
And leopard seals?
Are leopard seals in Antarctica?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so of course there's stuff there.
There's
Wow.
animals there. What do you mean?
Of course there was a civilization there before then. You're telling me wherever there are things to eat, humans were there.
True.
They were there. If there's something to eat, there is a guy who's like, I'm hungry, my family's gonna die, I'm going to the thing to eat. I'm gonna eat that thing. For sure. That just sealed it all for me. That's it. That's all I needed to know. There's animals there, there's people there.
Yeah.
We go where the food is.
Most of the animals there live like in the ocean. And they just kind of go on land.
Here and there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd be interested to see if there was more stuff like deeper under the ice.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like
Because there
things
aren't really, everything else is very like coastal.
Like a cat, like a saber tooth.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like enough stuff for them to eat there. We'll see.
Well, yeah, true enough.
It always freaks me out because they do like experiments in the ice in Antarctica and they drill down. Excuse
Really?
me. They drill down as far as they can go.
Huh.
And they've gotten to like 1,000,000-year-old ice.
Really?
And every time I hear they're doing that, I'm like, no.
Yeah, there's no need for that.
Like, why would you want to release something?
Yeah. See? It's that's like what we do. And I think they should be allowed to do that, but I think the information should be more open to us. Yeah?
Yeah.
Like we should be able to know exactly. Like there should be no thing where there's a huge X.
Mm-hmm.
There shouldn't be a thing. There shouldn't just be a huge X somewhere. We should know what that is, what's going on there. We should have that information at all times. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
What does that make me? A libertarian? What is that?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Crazy person. But yeah, that's it. That's all the notes.
That's it.
That's good. Thank you so much for doing all that.
Mm-hmm.
Much appreciated. You guys, if you've watched this far, you got to hit the like. I forgot to say it at the beginning. Hit the like button. It is almost as good as sharing it with a friend since the algorithm has changed and people need to like videos for them to go viral. So please like the video. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you think about Antarctica. If you think there's anything going on there or you just think we're crazy. Rectangle icebergs and everything. It's all just normal. Maybe there's an actual real X there and that's just what they're showing us. Maybe we're just out of school right now. Let me know in the comment section. You got anything else to say?
No, thank you for listening and tuning in. We appreciate it. And also discount code for the store, 10% off if you use I am Coach Colin.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, perfect. We got to come out with a new discount code.
Okay.
I want to change it up on people.
All right, let's do some.
You know? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And other than that, we are out.
Bye.
Bye.